I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA's Daily Review. Today is Friday the 13th, October 2023. Hope you had a good week. We had this pretty much bearish day, even though it's closed as a bullish day, but can be still, not saying it can't go up or anything, but majority of the R session, especially after the opening, we end up popping up here. Beautiful place, right, that it sells from. Look at that. That's why I held this low from July, right here, from July 10, right here. That's why I had it dragged out still, because this is going to be an important level in general, right? Acting as resistance as well. We're sitting here at that 50 as I've been discussed. We even sold off with the bodies right there at the 50. So but the goal, when I said yesterday, go watch that video so this makes sense. Right here you'll see I'm pointing at this gap right here. I mentioned that as a possibility. Then we get up into this candle and we actually a hair above it, but we really just tap above this. We're inside that wick. And then we sell off and come lower to down here, right? So as you can still be bearish and still buy this up, right? Because this is possibly a shift in structure, but really I'm in this fib here. So technically I'm just in a retrace, bullish retrace. But at the same time, this could be a shift here, right here, with this displacement of below this 4-hour candle. Really, we came in here and we just tapped, the current week opening high gap, but at the same time this can retrace to why people out selling. Like, you have to ask yourself, who made money recently, right? Where's the money at, right? So, and this is how we flow. So if you were to wipe out the people who just made money, who are they? That's the sellers, right? So, and in general, we have that price imbalance as well, right? So we pop up and we get into that, right? And then we sell off from here. So, that's framing the day in a way. I didn't really expect it to keep blowing up, even though it can. They decided to keep the price down. So, hitting that line for me is I'm not saying I'm married to that either, but we did take liquidity here, right? So, I have to flow with, okay, retracing back up and then, selling off a little bit there, right? And we don't have to accomplish major feats all in today. We just need a couple good moves. And as a trader, if you're a position trader, obviously you're looking for keeping these, higher lows intact right here, right? But to try to reach possibly up here. But, this is not the world that we live in, I'm assuming right now. So we'll get into that later. But just showing you that you need to watch previous videos so this makes sense, right? But back to here. So yeah, sell off right there. And then coming right back into this old week gap, last week's gap right there. So we were sitting in here pretty much the rest of the day, right? So and then you can see here on the weekly that we did pop up in there and then get most of that imbalance of price and so on. So let's go into a smaller time frame and hopefully I can make this short. So where were we here? And just so you know, if this is the only price action you had for your chart, like let's just say that you didn't see nothing else, but you only saw this, what you see on the hour 15, this is all you had to work with. Automatically, I know that I'm coming up to take out these people in general, okay? And then after we get up here, I'm also knowing that I want to come back down. How far is the magic question, obviously, right? So why am I coming back down? Because I want to wipe out the people who bought, right? Because we asked who made money. Well, these people right here, okay? We close here on the video, okay? So we get this bounce here, right? And you got this, let me move it over. You get these nice 3 drives down, right? You retrace back into all this while we're wiping people out there, right? Balance price there. Look back at the 4-hour. See this? And I mentioned this even earlier that we wanted to come back into this candle right here. I won't get into that, but that's why you should definitely be following the videos. But if this is all you had, I know, if these people just sold, I'm coming to wipe them out. Fuck if it's if it's bullish or bearish. Forget structure even. I would say structure is obviously the top two most important things, right? Or top three. Structure would be, in this case, it would be ranked number 3 or number 2, right? But at the same time, I'm using structure as well, just to get to the inefficiencies, and then the liquidity is also the most important. But so they're just engineering liquidity, and as you see here, we get into this gap. When we bounce from here, we get back into here. All right, and if you'd have nothing on the chart and it was naked, that's different. But I would just use what I was just mentioning. But if you have technicals, and we're using technical analysis, technical analysis is obviously very, very important, but you also have to understand market flow, without any technical analysis, right? But let's just get back to the video. So right here, you see, so I'm waking up here, first of all, and I'm ready at this time over here. So when I'm here, what do I have? Previous price action. Well, when we opened up for Asia, we popped up, got into here, wiped some people out, and balanced some price. Didn't take out that low though. So engineer liquidity, and look where it's sitting, right there on the high of the old week gap. So this is like not a coincidence either. You have multiple reasons why you can sell here, plus it being sort of a resistance temporarily. We're not saying it for life, okay? But so this price then comes down from here in London and comes down and wipes those people out. So it's a speaker. You see this speaker right here? Common. You Asian people or Asian time, not Asian people, Asian traders and London, you're used to this, right? I'm not used to this at all. I don't trade Asian London. Have I? Yes. And for me, it's not worth it. But you see the speaker, higher high, higher high. This is a low and a lower low. See that? See how it speakers out? So, they're shaking out. You're like, which way is the market going, right? Well, my whole intention, if I was you, I'm either looking at coming down here or I'm looking at coming up here. So which one's more probable? For me, it's coming up here, right? Number one. Number two, we also have that imbalance not sealed yet, right? So that's another reason, but it technically doesn't have to, only because we have that resistance of that July 10, I said, right? That's July 10, right? Yeah. See that? So that being the case, I like the top side more because they had some nice legs down. So that being the case here, and if you put a fib from here, do you have this on your chart? Is your chart marked like this? Do you have the open of the day gap? Do you have the previous week gaps and the imbalances? Are you using even a fib to, like, if you're not doing anything, I mean, of course you're sort of lost. But this right here, when I'm waking up here and I see this, I'm already putting this chart. I mean, I'm putting this fib here, right? And you see it coming below a 50, right? Sitting right there. That's confluence enough, what do you call it? So, when I'm here and you and are you looking at the candles? Are you watching them close? Do you see the momentum of them? So, look at the candles. They're completely closing right here and not retracing back in them constantly. So this is going to help you kind of give you direction of strength and momentum. But and these are all entries too, but the point is that when I'm here and I see this and I've said, okay, well, they came underneath the 50. They sat here and danced between both of this gap. This is a leg right here. So I want to make another leg up. So if I'm here and I notice that this was a higher low, right? And I'm up here, we're going to bust through to make another fucking leg, right? So, and I'm showing this on the videos, but this is framing what I'm doing here, right? Because I understand this leg's here, and then we can get another leg up. Now, do you get another leg up and then a retracement and then another leg up, which means, you get 3 fibs? Like this is fib 1, and then this would be fib 2 if it retraced and it bought from here, right? If it bought from here and went back up, that would be another fib. And I would think as this is a higher low to make another higher high, right? So you can frame your trade ideas with this. It's training wheels. I mean, but if you didn't have it, I don't need it. You can just still look at this as drive 1 or higher low 1, and then drive 2. And then that's it. And then this was only one drive up, a retracement, and then an actual finale, right? What did we do? We sold off from there. All right, and we got married to the open, all right, indecisive day, right? So with that understanding, okay, so now it's here. Now I can start the video. I have to give you the context so you understand. So when I know that we're probably going to come back up here, what's my main target up here? If I'm taking any buys here, what would be your main target? Ask yourself that question if you want to pause the video. Number one would be here, for sure. Number two would be here or here. One of these highs right here. But what's more valuable to me in this scenario? Pause the video. What do you think? What do you think? There's two answers to this. Well, number one, it would be this. Get into this 50% of the weekly imbalance. Why? Because the algorithm is referencing this level. You know, so if I was to delete everything off the chart, and well, if you didn't have this on your chart, you wouldn't know. But if you did have this on your chart, and I didn't have any structure, and I didn't have anything else, right? Then this would be a level. Okay, what's another level? It would be that low, that July 10 I keep talking about. So if you look, how many times have we hit that, right? In the previous price action in the week. If you go back here, we went through it, we tagged it there. We came back, we tagged it there. We came back, we tagged it there, right? So, what was the point of me saying this? So yeah, when you're taking this buy, where are you looking for? How many? Here's another prime example of. I'm just gonna squint out just a little bit. It was sort of like yesterday. Look what happened. Look what happened yesterday. Was that yesterday? No, not yesterday. It was the day before that. This day. Remember, this is why I tell you when I take my trades, I take profit underneath the liquidity because it might not go above it. Look how we came up here and didn't take out that high. So these are you are conscious of this, obviously, right? So in this case, same story, right? We come up and we get into that imbalance. You see that beautifully. Now we don't tap that last block, but this is a 5 minute, so you can't really use that. If you look here, I'm gonna move the 15-minute over and with the hour so you can see it. And look what we do. We go above that hour candle as well, right? But the whole goal was to get up in there. You can see the imbalance of price on all these time frames, even here. And then what do you call it? 4 hour. 4 hour. We go above it. If I recall, I remember we went above it by So we went above that. So you would be like, oh, well, it broke that. Is that a break of structure? No. It's not. That's not the case. It's not that serious. It's still selling from here because this up wick right here is an actual candle, right? This is also a bullish candle, this wick. So what does it do? It taps in. This is a supply wick here, and it pops in, and it'll sell from this exhaustion, right? So and that's just what it is, right? So but your confluence was the low as well. So anyways, when you're taking this buy, you're having these ideas of going up. For me, a minimum target and taking a profit is this 50 level right here. I'm not going to drag it out because I want to show you that on purpose. But the 75% level here, or this higher 25% level, could have been, but look, you would have missed it, right? But what did I need? I needed this, and what was extra? What was also extra help? Okay, well, you have liquidity here, and then I'm mentioning this area here, right? Where well, what's funny was it where everybody sold from yesterday. That's why I say in my videos, watch, they'll come out and they'll if you take a nice position trade, they'll come right back to it, squeeze you out, and then drop again, right? So you got all this going on. So anyways, real quick, that's what's framing this day. So look at all these bullish candles. I mean, you know, they're each entries and they're showing you strength, right? So, you know, this is another leg, but I don't marry. So I do have a fib here, right? And sometimes using these fibs will sometimes cloud your judgment, or it'll cloud where it's really going. But what you do have to do is recognize, and I've said this in previous videos, this this fib here is able to be failing, right? Because if I have a higher low to higher high, well, this 100% level is also a target, because it'll come back and do 100% retracement. And if I didn't have any fibs and I didn't even use fibs, this would just be looked at as a liquidity point to grab, right? So you can see that this is a higher low, even if you're up here. But you can also understand that the algorithm is going to run on liquidity. So it's a liquidity raid. So you're using this fibs, and but you're not consistently married to it. Like for example, in this here, these ranges here, from here to here, I'm in this fib. I am married to this fib. I am. It could have went through, but I mean, this is, we sank forever, and this is a support, right? This is it's it's a little bit different. But I'm gonna be using this fib, and I honored it and married to it. Came up, made a new fib here. So am I married to this fib right now? Yes, but we are moving as the day comes, and we get new ideas as the day comes, right? So that being said, with a fib like this, Dave can run on liquidity, and we had, what do you mean? It was CPI week, so of course. And then today we had consumer sentiment news, and was negative, but which I don't care. But some might say that's why the price got held here. But if that was the case, it should have came much lower. But also I'll get into that. But anyways, so that's framing this. I'm gonna go to a 1 minute, man, so you can see this. And then I want to get out of here. So you'll see. And honestly, you needed a smaller time frame for this, for me. But if I'm gonna just stick to this 1 minute, but you'll see here as 808 makes that final little dip into this opening of the gap today, order flow starts to kick in, and you could have been a buyer here. Would have been a wonderful buy right here. Again, we've already identified that range. We said it came underneath here. Remember that? So follow here. And sorry, shit's all over the place. But we're looking to make a new leg. So we're taking buys, and we're trying to buy to extend that range. Anyways, and as you see here, I'm fortunate to be in before 9:30. But you'll see here, this was the buy here, but you'll start to see the bullish candles hold, and then any little retracements with bearish candles are very small, and you see where they stop. This stops in that imbalance. This pops up right here. For me, this was perfect. I was ready at this time, and then price pops up here, and then 847, this price dips into that candle. To me, this is a buy signal, all right? And then it holds. Definitely my stop loss would be underneath that low of that candle, and if it was below that, it would have to be below there. If it's going below here, it's completely wrong. So, but I'm getting order flow. I'm in the flow of the order flow, right? So then price pops up, comes back down. Now you get 930. 930 shoots this wick with the same damn level as this. Literally, if you're watching live price, you would have seen that. That was an entry as well. If and this, some people might be like, how are you gonna buy this here? Well, if I know it's buying, I'm on the right side of the market. I already got something going for me. Number one. Number two, I identified this range right here. You see that? But number three, they don't generally bust previous wick, not wick. They don't break previous down candles if you're going up too much. So the thing is that it was suspect because, and this is why it goes back to what I was saying about all the bullish candles closing and controlling price. Well, on the 15-minute here, we could have dipped down into this 15-minute imbalance. They will generally do that if we're buying, right? But the thing is that there's an opening range gap, which I have to explain in a second. But this price, when it broke that high right here and we popped up, all right, we're expecting, see this right here? I'm already in unfortunate, but when it busts above here, and comes back in, the reason why this is solid is because this price will hold as support, because this was a previous high and we're making a range up, and then the price will get stuck here. So the price, as you see, it pops up here and then it retraces back into here. Look on the 15-minute doing the same thing. Taps. See how it taps? Let me blow this up, man. Just so you can understand. See this little retracement right here? See that? That's what you want to see. See how it comes right back in and taps? And pretty much what I'm saying is that it holds as support. So this is just a leg. Look at this. It's just a leg. Look at the bullish candles. 1, 2, 3, retrace. 1, 2, 3, couple retrace, little candles. Big bearish big bullish candle, right? So look at the candles. Look at the candles and the way they close, and that's the momentum, that's the strength of it. So I'm already understanding that these are all closing at the open. They're all when they close, when the bullish candles close, they're immediately buying after that. You understand? So this is kind of like right here, price is controlling and being stuck as support right there. I hope that makes sense, man. But for me, it does. So and then so the point of that is that's why we're buying here. We don't expect the retrace to come in here. We expect to just go straight up. They want to attack all these people. So what happens is if you watch this, this is not the 5. Oh, this is let me put this on a 5-minute real quick. Gotta make this shorter, dude. And I'm gonna show you regular trading hours. So when we open up at 9:30, this is what I teach in the course and or on this channel. That obviously you'll see a gap open up on regular trading hours. You'll see a gap open up here. This is where we open up at 9:30. Yesterday, this is where we closed at 4:15 p.m. Eastern, New York time. Okay, always New York time, right? So when we open up here, and I already know that we're making a new leg, well, we leave this gap here, and the price is shooting up, and I'm taking it up to that 50% level I was telling you about on the weekly gap. Weekly imbalance. Well, when we're up here and I know that there's a gap here, I also take a reason to take sells because of this gap, and they want to close that. And that's all happening. That came from today. So these are the things that I don't mention in the videos, or I sometimes, I used to a lot, but I don't. But this is also what's framing and helping my direction of where this is going to go. So I was, spot on. I was on the right market today. But here's the thing. Getting back to this. So here's the thing real quick. And so this trade here happens real quick, and I gotta focus, but I don't screenshot this, but I screenshotted this one so you can see it. So watch previous videos so all this makes sense as well. I don't know if I said that yet. I was doing this video and then the power went out. I was like, oh my God, I was halfway through the video and I'm redoing it right now. Actually, never make videos this late, but anyways. So price shot up. Okay, cool. Got to our area where we discussed here. This was a minimum target for me, and then ended up hitting that July 10th high. And then I'll go on a 1 minute, and then it sold off here. When it sold off here, the purpose of me taking this trade also, me understanding that I know 9:30 is right here, right? When 9:30 is right here. Price shot down, and yes, I want to seal that gap, but at the same time, but what if it doesn't, right? So I'm trying to be in and out today, and I'm not trying to be involved too much, and especially what's going on with my life right now. And with what's going on in the chart, I don't need to be overextending my welcome. So after taking this, I know that for a fact that we're going to come to the 50, and we're going to come to, I want to take it to the 9:30. Where it popped off, right? Where everybody bought, because that's where the gap is, and that's where everybody bought from, because they'll try to wipe you out. Why do I say that? Because we just got done wiping them out. So where's the money next? Who's got the money next? Whose money do we need to take next? All right, which is who? People down here, right? At least to here, because even if it was fair delivery and we decided to buy up from here, this is a minimum trade to here. Right, so this whole day can be framed just for taking from the trade from here to here and be done. You don't need any more else for the day. You're done in literally 30 minutes and fucking go to the beach. Okay, so but that's the logic. All right, let me go to 1 minute real quick, and then. All right, so I was able to catch this on a much lower time frame. Obviously, this was a 10-second, I believe. Yep. So the 10-second, this was an actual up candle. There was an up candle and then a bearish candle coming through, and I get filled right there. So let me show you the trade as well. Oh, I took it off. Oh, that's fine. When the power went out, I lost it. That's fine. I don't give a fuck. I don't have to show you. And another thing, don't worry about me. Don't worry about what I do or the trades that I take. Worry about yourself. And the reason why I say that is because, if I showed you the trade right now, is that going to make you believe me more? right? You're gonna be like, oh yeah, no, he knows what he's talking about. Yo, I caught this bitch right there, smacking that bitch. I'm gonna put. Let me push pause. I'm gonna show you. All right, I'm back here. So here, just so you can see the trade here, and for some reason, if someone can explain to me why it gets choppy on sometimes when I screenshot or not, I don't know. But this is not me like photoshopping this or anything. Anyways, price comes up here, and you'll see that it does tag here. And then let me show you this screenshot because I screenshotted it here because I wanted to get to the 50. Also, for the reason of saying, what if it doesn't go above? I mean, what if it doesn't go below the 50 and it does buy from here? It's very rare, but it's not that rare either. And it could have bounced from here. I wanted to show getting into the 9:30 area time. Obviously, that was here, but here into this candle, this could have been a demand area where it bought again, right? But I'm just showing you this because this was clear. And then this showed the 10-second. Because I did, some people don't want to show, they don't want me to show sub second charts. So fine. If that's the case, right here, you see with my 10-second, this candle is literally just smacking that July 10th low. Then we get this bearish candle coming. I'm already selling this bitch. So I get filled right there. You can see it. It's hard to show you with all these lines here, but I believe I know it was 114 was the entry, and then the stop loss was right above here, and was not 123. There's no way. You'll see in a second. So let me go back to this, and you'll see here. Yeah, it doesn't fucking show. I don't know why it doesn't do that. But you can see it. And then I moved the stop loss down here. So that's how I know I'm using this candle. And then you can see here that I'm down here. And then I decide to get out. Why'd I get out? And here's the thing. I identified this range I told you about, but I told you this also can fail. But what I do know is that it's going to come down to here, right? Because I wanted to wipe out the 930 people. That was my main goal because I know how greedy they are. So whatever, if it, forget structure, forget if it was bearish or bullish, this trade in itself from this resistance to this equilibrium, so to speak, in this range is, and the 930 people, that's my minimum target. Okay. What's another target? I got this already here. You see the 50 levels here, the 25% levels, the quad fib inside the, and last week's gap right here. So the 50 level is also a target for me, and I got that there, and I have the open. That's all could be a target too, but I'm good. I don't fucking need to be right. I want to take the profit. Did I leave money on the table? Obviously. Look how much I left. All right. So this is me screenshotting it here is basically what I'm telling you. So here's the thing. I get out. I'm good. I don't need to listen, bro. I got this. I'm fucking good. What could I have done? Well, what would I have liked to have done? Well, taking profit was what I would have liked to have done, but would have been nice if I did take it to here, or the open. And the whole time I'm about to take this trade, I'm like, dude, I know it's coming down here, but you know what? It's all good, and it's Friday. I am not trying to hang out past 11 o'clock. I could have held this even to 11 o'clock, but here's what I end up doing. So taking this trade, I end up buying here because this can be a buying area, and I was in profit and it came up, but it didn't break this supply right here. So it didn't break these blocks right here. So this is showing as resistance. So if this went higher than here, then it would have been great. I would have been like, okay, cool. We're disrespecting previous supply. Perfect. Okay, but it didn't. So it ended up coming back down. Obviously, this trade is no good. And I said, you know what? I'm all good. I'll wait a little bit. I'll have it come down, and then I'll try to buy from here because I know it was coming here. I knew it was coming here. So what did it do? Came down here, fine. Came down here, fine. And I didn't. At that point, I know that it's coming down to here. Why? Because we have liquidity sitting right there. That 807. What was it? Yeah, it was 808. That fucking buy right there was so beautiful. If you were trading. I hope you caught that, but if you didn't, look, that's why they came right to that as well, because they know everybody got in right there. It was pretty obvious. And then, sure enough, they worked this. So I end up taking a buy here. All right, so I look at this, a little 3 drives or whatever, but I get in the trade right here, and it comes up to here. Okay, and this was $3,000, and I was like, dude, take this, and you be done. And I got greedy. and I was trying to hold it up to here because I knew we were coming up here. Why did I take this buy? Number one, I have taken liquidity. Number two, I've came into a deep retracement. Number three, I'm sitting at the open. Number four, I'm sitting at the 25% level of this fib here, of this quad fib. So plenty of reasons to take this trade for me. Sure enough, they come back and then they wipe it out one more time. And then this motherfucker went here. This was what I was trying to do. I was trying to get this movement. This buy that happened right here, I was trying to catch this. What did it happen? It happened at lunchtime. All right. But this was premature for me to do. But I knew we were coming up here. Why did I knew we were coming up here? Well, number one, we just wiped out all the people who were selling from yesterday. Number two, we just came down. We wiped out everybody who was buying from today. Number three, we broke from here. Remember, I bought here. So you write this in your notes. This is, if you're wrong, you could literally push the sell button most likely and it be going in your favor. I could have pushed sell here. Look at these, look at the candles. Look at the candles, they close. Look how they close and they don't retrace back in. They control the price. Yes, we call it an imbalance, but this is where we broke. So they're moving the price down here with that. So I'm aware of that. I'm taking this buy because I know we're coming up to here. Guaranteed. I know we're coming up here. Why? Because look at this. It was support. Came up. Bounced here. Didn't break that. So bounce, support. That's why I took the buy. And then we buzzed through it. When we buzzed through it, look what happens when we buzz through it. Fucking straight candles. Look at that empty space from here to here. Right? So we know we're going to get a retracement. Basic. Just basic market movement. You don't need to have anything on your chart to see that. So anyways, I was trying to buy that and it popped up, came up into here. This price held. This price held right here. Never went above these blocks right here and sold off again. I'm not trading at this time. I got pissed when they took me out and I said, have a nice fucking day. All right. I'm not playing with y'all. Y'all can have a good time. Have fun with this. I'm not fucking with them. You get what I'm saying? So I don't need to be right. I don't need to see if we're going to come down here. I don't need to see if we're coming up here. It's Friday, dude. Be done. You know, anyways, so that happened. And then guess what? This was just these legs. This was one leg drive down, retracement. Second leg down, retracement. So that was really how the day panned out. And you have to understand this kind of flow. Man, is this video too long? Damn. So anyways, yeah, sold off from here. And let me go back to a 5-minute real quick. Because, yeah, you can see what I just showed you. See this? 5 minutes clean. Look at that. I'll move this to here. Let me extend this a little bit. See that? Look at the price. I'll put it right there. Never busted above it. I mean, it comes in, but it doesn't go above it. It doesn't break those highs. Even if you put it right here, it would have been even better. See that? 5 minute. Bam. Same level. Perfect. Comes into the block. And holds price. It makes another leg down. And what would you take this sell for? I was taking this buy to retrace. Well, what would you take this sell for? Well, to take out the liquidity right there. So let me go into what do you call it? As you see, S&P and NAS. So the crack was for us in Dow because we pop up and we take out that high. Their highs, look at S&P's high, this high, never got taken out by here. Look at NASDAQ's high, never get taken out, that high specifically. Never gets taken out by that high either. So for here, this is a crack right here for Dow. So Dow takes out that high, okay? So the strength is in the lower highs with NAS and S&P following together, all right? So that was also the reasoning. Plus, last thing I'll say is that obviously dollar decided to stay bullish and that brought us down. Yesterday I said if dollar was going to be going up trending, then we would be coming lower. So it doesn't mean that we can't reverse though. It doesn't mean that we can't retrace into previous price action and wipe out people, which is what we did here, right? But we still ended up down here for the day, right? So I think that's everything I wanted to mention. And what do I got to say for next week? I'll be honest with you. This is sitting at a middle area. It can go anywhere. We have plenty of room and potential on the top side. And we have plenty of room and potential on the downside. I'm going to say it just like that. So where are we at right now? Well, we're sitting at a resistance here. This 4 hour didn't even hit a oversold area, so I don't trust that. I don't think the top side's done. I think they can get back up in here. Look at the weekly candle. If this next weekly candle opens up, it's possible that it opens up, maybe retraces back, and then shoots up to here, and then sells off from here to come down lower. Or I know I gotta just do this. But again, there's a lot of options here. I know them all, but it's like, when the day of, you have to know what these options are, and then when the day Asia London shows you, and where we are in New York, that will then kind of like put you in the right option. So, but here, this thing can do. Let's see, it could do this and come up. All right, or and maybe not that high. So I'm just giving you the idea. Or this is support and it doesn't break these lows, and we come up first. Either we sell from here or we sell from here and come down. All right. So that's what I'm thinking there. And then and is there anything else I wanted to say? I think that's it, man. I gotta go. So you guys take care. Until next week, have a good weekend and God bless.